I've had. Are you drinking, sir? Yes, indeed, I am drinking. I'm drinking smart water, the black alkaline kind. I hate when don't you guys, don't you hate when the fucking TikTokers be like with the fucking acrylic nails on and shit? Like, oh, that shit grinds my gears, and I just fucking did it. Oh, oh my god, I can't stand that shit. They get a beauty product or something, and then it'll be like, hold on. Like, this is one of my colognes, right? They'd be like, cap off, and then they go, like, that shit be smoking my dog. Like, I can't fucking stand that shit. Just review the fucking product. Like, I don't need to see you doing all that shit.
Let's go. I'm better than ever, they never been better than I. Regarded the hardest and I ain't even reaching my prime. They hate that I'm great and they faking I'm real as they come. So sit back and let me show you how this shit is done. My composition, my propositions, I'm raping the system. I'm killing the competition and all of y'all are my victims. Eyes and oohs as I'm ripping the instrumental, lyrical, individual, never been sentimental. I'm so hot every time that beat drop, and when I say I'm raping.
Alright, I know I'm late. I know it's been like 2 weeks, but everybody has had enough time with the game now, and I'm trying to do things a little bit differently on the channel now. Most of the time when I do these update live streams and start talking about the game and I interact with the community and stuff, and we go over all this live, and I'll anticipate what it is that's going to end up happening, and of course I've been right every time, not to be arrogant, but I know what I'm talking about, right? But this patch, I wanted to see how things will develop because we have more players, and this isn't early access, this is official release. So every update that comes should be supreme. Of course, everybody knows that was not the case, and we'll get on to all of that once I finish reading this entire thing, right? So let's go ahead and do that now. So it says, hey Fight fans, thank you for your support since the launch of Undisputed. We know that some critical issues are having an impact on the game experience, particularly for our online players, and we appreciate how frustrating they can be. It's very weird wording. We shared an update with you a few weeks ago on some of those key issues, outlining a plan to resolve them in our first scheduled update in mid-December. We're happy to share that after several weeks of work on some of these critical issues, we're able to deliver an in-turn update with the list of changes below while maintaining our plans for December and future updates. So, patch notes for update 1.13. Changes to the block colliders to ensure that the block functions as expected and the number of power punches that break through the block is greatly reduced. Deontay Wilder's stats have been reduced and we removed the trait. His power hook should now be less impactful. Increase max stamina cost of hooks and straights. Increase the cost of power punches to both short term and max stamina. Introduce a threshold on the number of power punches that can be thrown within a single fight before the stamina cost per power punch is increased further. Increase the stamina cost of pushing, which should reduce the amount of people spamming the push mechanic. Temporarily remove the critical stumble reaction from the game as it was too punishing. Reduce the effectiveness and chainability of hooks by further slowing them down when a fighter is gassed. Fix an issue that will prevent players from moving if they entered flat-footed movement while fighting on the inside. On Xbox and PC, rank quitters should not receive a loss on their record, and the remaining players should receive a win. The fix for PlayStation is taking longer than we'd like, and we hopefully will be part of the December update. As mentioned, another update will be released in mid-December, which will contain further bug fixes as well as new features, improvements, and content for you to enjoy. There will also be plenty more to come in 2025. Thank you again for your support and patience, and we'll see you in the ring. Now, let that breathe for a little bit, right? Take a sip of water. Listen, before we talk about any new features and content, you need to give the people the content that they actually paid for first, because some of us still have fighters locked when we paid for them. So that's one thing. Some people feel like they're being scammed because of that. I don't want no new features in the game. I don't want another arena until you fix the ones that you broke. I'm tired of staring at the back of people's bald ass head in the middle of a fight. And you talking about adding content when all the content that in the game, a lot of the fighters ain't even playable. especially since this patch was for online players. I ain't running into no Ryan Reynolds in quick fight or in ranked. I ain't run into one Robin Reed since like the first time he been introduced to the game. When it comes to the mid-December patch, there's two things when they talk about further bug fixes. If mid-December drops and you don't fix desync and targeting, y'all gonna have a major problem on your hands. You already have one. The player base has already been greatly reduced. A lot of people won't touch this game, and it's gonna go back to the same thing with early access, which is the game fixed yet? But we keep focusing on new features, right? And content. Now, these are for the guys who, and I see y'all on social media. I swear to God, I see y'all on social media. I can't stand y'all. You asking for new robes, the text on the fighter trunks. Y'all ask for so many things that are so irrelevant, and I don't understand the community's positioning on it. When I get into a ranked match, half the time we not watching the cutscenes unless it's somebody sitting here making a YouTube video. After y'all see the robes and stuff, you gonna skip the cutscene anyway. Y'all be sitting here asking for creative fighter and stuff. Most of the animations in the game are broken or they don't look good. So before we start asking for content, right? Because they also did a survey where they came in and they asked what it was that players wanted and what they wanted to see. And this is part of SCI as a company. Stop asking the community what they want to see when they don't even know what's good for them. These are the same guys I watched the last patch room, and like I said, we skipping matches, we skipping cutscenes anyway, and ranked and quick fight. People ain't watching cutscenes, so these are things that are subpar and should take a back seat until you fix the fucking game mechanics. It's not rocket science with this. It really isn't. Do not add more fighters to the roster until you bring everybody up to a playability rate. Y'all drop so many new fighters every single time, and then people don't play them because everybody is not playable. Where y'all should be trying to get the game to, or a certain standard, is that if I want to be the best Nigel Ben on the damn server, I should be able to pick Nigel Ben and have a good time. The problem with sport games has always been they are too stat dominant. Now you have a game which can be more animation dominant, because a lot of people are picking things based off of reach and animation. Reach and animation. Reach and animation. That's it. The stats, if I can outskill somebody, that's what I want to be able to do. I should be able to pick Ryan Reynolds because it's a video game and beat Canelo Alvarez. I should be able to pick George Davey and outclass a Sugar Ray Robinson. I should be able to pick Eddie Hall and outclass a Tyson Fury. That's the point of having a game, right? So some of the things where realism needs to be taken out of is these situations. Make everybody's animations playable enough, and then worry about the content. Now I understand as a company we gotta make money, right? I get it. But adding more fighters, adding the robes and everything else is the equivalent of you trying to add furniture to a dirty room. You know, the floor ain't swept, the floor ain't mopped, it ain't steamed. Carpet that's got stains and cigarette burns and shit in it, because that's what SCI has been presented to the community for a while. And then you come in and you drop a new couch on it. Talking about problem solved. Here's a new rug on top of it. And you still smell the stench of the nasty carpet. The mildew infested carpet from the water damage. You still smell it. So please fix what you have already, then bring in the new couch. That should be SCI's business model moving forward into 2025. We're cleaning up the shit that we've been serving. Everything it has to be a standard. This is like you bringing bad food to Gordon Ramsay at the pass. You don't bring them raw pork and expect them to serve it to the customers. Please stop doing that shit, SCI. Stop doing it. We don't want it. Stop doing it, please. Fix what you have, then add content. Then add improvements, those improvements. If it ain't a gameplay improvement, don't add it. That's a slap to the community's face every single time. Stop doing it. All right, now let's move forward now that I'm done with my rant. If desync ain't fixed and targeting ain't fixed, big problem coming in mid-December. In terms of what everybody's expecting bug fix wise. Desync, targeting needs to be playable at a playable level. I don't want to see punches disappearing. I'm tired of getting slapped with ghost punches from across the ring. I'm tired of, I thought I blocked the shot, but it's clear he still threw it like 2 seconds before I did. Desync, targeting. Body shots, if I'm throwing it, needs to land. Plain, point, serious. I don't care if y'all do nothing else next batch. I don't care if you don't touch the stamina. As long as that desync and the targeting is in a better spot, you'll have a happier player base. Because of the rest of the stuff, we could live without it. Oh, and of course this as well for online players, right? So Xbox and PC, ranked quitters should not receive a loss in their record. That does not always happen. Matter of fact, I'm still taking L's. I'm still taking L's from people quitting. I'm still taking an L. I'm winning a match and still getting minus 25 points in ranked. This is why this patch should have came with an update to reset this. It would have gave you a better understanding of what is actually going on, but it was a missed opportunity. If mid-December do not drop with a change or a reset to the rankings, it's a slap to the community's face. To show that you care about rank, please reset the rankings. Please reset the rankings. It'll give people a reason to play at the very least. And I'm sure it don't take nothing to wipe the leaderboards. Please reset the rankings. PC, I'm still seeing people quit and the other people taking the loss for it, or you just losing points at random for no reason. So this ain't fixed. Fix an issue that will prevent players from moving if they enter flat-footed movement while fighting on the inside. This has been fixed. Unless if it's decent going on sometimes, then you'll still see your fighter walk around sometimes when it looks like he should have been close to them, but that's a desync issue rather than flat-footed movement issue. I could go in on flat-footed movement, but I'm not going to do that. Reduce the effectiveness and chainability of hooks by further slowing them down when a fighter is gassed. I'm still watching Canelo players throw directional left hook to the body 4 times. I'm still watching Roy Jones players throw 4 right hooks to the body. Just, I'm still seeing that. So I don't know if it reduced the effectiveness by all that much, and then I can't punish him quick enough, or I don't know, because it could be a targeting issue as well. So I don't know if it reduced the effectiveness of it, but it's still a problem, because even then I can still throw 1 left hook, 1 right hook to the body and then do it again. So I don't think it's fixed. Temporary remove the critical stun. But hold on, before I move on, is it better though? To be honest, I think it's still about the same. Moving on. Temporary remove the critical stumble reaction from the game as it was too punishing. I am hoping to see this return though in mid-December, especially if they fix the desync issues, because then you're going to be able to see the player's skill come into play a lot more. The problem was the hooks were chainable. The uppercuts to the body were chainable after you hit one person with them and you were not able to block it. So the removing it was a very good play on their part. However, hopefully it comes back with better balance. This way we could stop people from just randomly pressing buttons as well. And this will also reduce the just go second meta as well. It will punish players who like to go second if they can manage to balance the animation problems behind hit reactions. Increase the stamina cost of pushing, which should reduce the amount of people spamming the push mechanic. Now this is a situation where it got overtuned. There's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to push. I think it should take maybe half your stamina and then give you an overall stamina tax, maybe 35%, 40% ish, somewhere in that range, 35 to 50% if you do a push, but not so punishing that you can't ever use it reliably. If you push 2 times in a row, then yeah, then you getting a knockdown would make sense. But people should be able to at least push once. And considering the movement, when you get stumbled, I think that would be a healthier balance fix. And then, like I said, overall stamina attacks would be a proper way to balance this. So introduce a threshold on the number of power punches that can be thrown within a single fight before the stamina cost per power punch is increased further. Now, right now, you can throw power shots, but you can't really do much with them. That's where you're seeing a lot of players, like, they'll hit and then they'll run. They'll hit and then they'll run for like a long time. I'm gonna combine these next two as well. Increase the cost of power punches in both short term and max stamina, and increase max stamina cost of hooks and straights, right? Personally, last patch, I don't think stamina should have been touched because there was a block change. This is what I mean by SCI does a lot of things in tandem that they really shouldn't do. You don't change defense to make it better and then give us a super block, right? Super block. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But then you also change stamina. These are things that need to be changed independently from each other so that you can see how to balance it. So a better move would have been to just change the block, not do anything to the stamina, or actually just leave it at that, because that blocking needed to be fixed. The balance between the current stamina that we have now and the one that we have previously from last patch before this update, and then I see some people talking about the 0.7 dot update. Y'all played that. Let me talk about that real quick. Y'all played that fucking update too long. That was not a good update. 0.7, the one where we got stuck with for months, was not a good stamina system in the slightest. And I see a lot of players talking about, oh, we should go back to the .7 the 0.7 dot update. That was not a good patch, brother. That made the game unplayable for a lot of people. You're just too used to it. But it was never good. It was never a good change. So I never want to see that system come back. I liked last patch's stamina, and I also like this current stamina system. But for me as a player, I don't have a problem with stamina usually. What we're getting in custom lobbies is a whole different story. But in terms of online ranked, I will say that the balance lies somewhere in between the middle of this stamina system that we have currently and what we had previously. Because if you want to be a player who throws all power shots, because there are fighters in real life who throw everything hard, right? That is a feasible playstyle and it should not be punished, right? I don't think that type of playstyle should be punished in terms of that's how you want to play the game, as long as you can manage it. But now if you throw too many power shots, it's almost like you can't do anything. And by the way, when it comes to power shots, right, minus southpaws, power right hook, or power, the lead power hooks from southpaw and the power straight, where the animations are too fast, a lot of these power shots are we're not going to talk about. Oh yeah, another thing that needs to be fixed that's extremely fast is the power straight from the high guard. When you have your hands up like that and you just see somebody just throw one of them bitches out, that needs to be fixed as well. But this is more of an animation issue than it is the actual punch, the actual stamina attacks on these punches. These punches are obvious. The animations are very obvious usually when you see them. So on the power right hook, it's still a little too fast. But that's the main reason they didn't really need to worry about the stamina as much, because you could block a lot of these punches when you see them coming. They're very blockable. So if somebody wants to throw all power shots, let him throw. He's not going to be effective. And a lot of the community is starting to realize that now. That's why it's been switched to a running meta. That's why it's been switched to people now understanding that they need to throw more mix-ups to get away from the super block, which we're gonna get into now. So in terms of stamina, healthy balance would be somewhere in the middle between the current system and the last patch's system. Somewhere in the middle will make everybody happy. So hopefully Undisputed doesn't continue to go down this trend where the game is too slow and hopefully it doesn't go back to the ridiculous pace of the previous patch. Even though I enjoyed it, it was very fun to play. Deontay Wilder's stats have been reduced and we remove the trait. His power hook should be now less impactful. So when it comes to Deontay Wilder, I want you guys to tell me about that in the comment section. I don't play heavyweight as much, and I'm not dumb. So anytime I play heavyweight, and especially if it's ranked, I'm picking Tyson Fury. I said it. Yeah, I said it. You call me a spammer. You call me we know he's the best fighter in the damn game. We know it. And I'm not going in unarmed. The Wilders that I have played, they still feel dangerous, but I haven't had any problems with him. But like I said, you guys tell me in the comments. You will know better than me. Changes to the block colliders to ensure that the block functions as expected and the number of power punches that break through the block is greatly reduced. Now, as you guys know, I've been pushing for the block change for the longest. Right now, and this is the most controversial point, which is why I left it for last. I think the blocking, this super block that people are talking about, I think it's fucking fantastic. And as a fact, I don't think it's strong enough. I said it. If you are blocking high, hands is up, right? And somebody throws jab, straight, hook, right uppercut, another left hook, and a straight down the pipe, and I'm blocking high, all of that shit should be blocked. Cause I'm blocking high. What's the point of having a high block and a low block if when I block high, sometimes the punches get through my guard? No, if you want to hit me, you have to hit me either in between my punches. You have to catch me whiffing. Right, so in between the punches, catch me whiffing, or you gotta make me drop my hands and hit me with a mix-up. That's the main reason you seeing these dudes in ranked right now spamming right hook to the body with Roy Jones Jr. or spamming lead directional left hook to the body with Canelo and sneaking them through your guard. If I'm blocking low, the shot should block the low shot. If I'm blocking high, the shot should be blocked. I don't understand why people keep pushing for this. Well, you know, I threw 6 punches, so something got slipped through. No, that's not how it works. At the end of the day, SCI needs to stop holding people's hand. And y'all see this crap with the block commit on UFC 5. Throw 2 down the pipe and then go around the hook and then sneak in my hook and or block break you and then hit you in the head and then knock you down. There should be no block breaking combos. There should be no way to just randomly slip through the... No. If I'm blocking high, the shot needs to be blocked. If you're throwing high and I'm blocking high, block. If you're throwing low and I'm blocking low, blocked. Simple. Now, I have a solution though, if that's too much for you guys, right? Like I said, it should be stronger. I think the block should be stronger. But as you can see, with the type of hand speed that we have on the game right now, people who throw mix-ups got no problem landing. None. So what they should do is, like I said, increase the block. Really make y'all mad and make y'all better at the game. But they're probably not going to do that. So this is my solution, right? And this will make the game... This will make it more skilled, but disclaimer, right? Before we do this, especially for online play, you got to fix the desync. This is the only way this will work, but this will give us the most skill-based blocking if they don't want to go to the 6-axis blocking system or the manual blocking system that they got in the game. Let's say you throw a power straight, right? And I press RB. That shot should be blocked. If you're throwing left hook to the body and I press L1, shot should be blocked. Excuse me, I misspoke. If you throw a power straight to that and I press R2 or right trigger, shot should be blocked. If you press L1, right, or LB, and it's a left punch, it should be blocked. Right punches, incoming, you see them, block it, and your left punch block. That'll make everything, but it's got to be timing based, right? Because, or if you constantly holding down RB and he keeps throwing power straights, hey, all shots are blocked because you're throwing a right punch and I'm holding down R2. Then you're like, how will that work for me landing my jab, right? This is when the mix-ups come in and why you should have to press it when you see it coming in. So If I'm holding, you just upstairs, downstairs with the jab, but instead now you go 1-2, right? So you have to press RB, L1, RB. A timing based block system for right and left punches if you don't want to do high and low block. And I think that'll be the best thing to do. You mistime something, you know why you got hit. But this can only work if you fix the desync. So that's my solution. But like I said, overall, here we go. The content creator favorite. Is it a step in the right direction? SCI always takes 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. A lot of this, the block changes were good. Stamina ruined the block changes. The push mechanic was bad. Was a bad change. Was a good and a bad change because now you almost can never push. The critical stun removal was good, but it's also a step back because the stumble hit reactions are needed. Not just stumble reactions, but better hit reactions are needed. Reduce the effectiveness and channelability of hooks. I feel like this hasn't done shit. And fix an issue that will prevent players from moving in flat-footed. Step in the right direction. Xbox and this is better, but it's still not. It's not even. I wouldn't even call it a full step. This is like I moved my foot while I was still playing on the floor. It's not perfect. And it needs to be better because this is still ain't right, and the rankings need to come with a reset. So this was done inefficiently, and like I said, that's what I'm looking forward to towards for the mid-December patch. Desync and targeting. I don't care what y'all do after that. Anyway, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a favor, like the video, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me about Wilder and what y'all think about that. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.